This is the announcement of the 50 series.
GPUs, GeForce, in a lot of ways.
Bro, is that like snake skin or alligator skin? Holy shit. Damn.
All of this with AI is the house that GeForce built. GeForce enabled AI to reach the masses. And now, AI is coming home to GeForce. There are so many things that you can't do without AI. Let me show you some of it now.
All right, let's take a look at it. The following footage is rendered in real time using RTX Blackwell. Okay. So that's with like everything turned on. Frame gen to the max, yeah. But I think a lot of people like frame gen. Yeah, it's a big improvement. I like it. Yeah, no. No. Y'all saying it's no. This is only no. You really think that normies don't like frame gen? They don't even know what frame gen is. They just think that the game runs better. Like, really, think about it. Let's be real here, guys. Yeah, it's an end user experience, yeah.
All of this with AI is the house that GeForce built.
Okay.
GeForce enabled AI to reach the masses. And now, AI is coming home to GeForce. There are so many things that you can't do without AI. Let me show you some of it now.
Is this a repeat? Didn't I just see this? I did. I think this is a mistake. They replayed it.
That was real-time computer graphics.
Okay, yeah, it's just a mistake. Okay.
No computer graphics researcher, no computer scientist would have told you that it is possible for us to ray trace every single pixel at this point. Ray tracing is a simulation of light. The amount of geometry that you saw was absolutely insane. It would have been impossible without artificial intelligence. There are two fundamental things that we did. We used, of course, programmable shading and ray traced acceleration to produce incredibly beautiful pixels. Mm-hmm. But then we have artificial intelligence be conditioned, be controlled by that pixel to generate a whole bunch of other pixels.
Okay.
Not only is it able to generate other pixels spatially, because it's aware of what the colors should be, it has been trained on a supercomputer back in NVIDIA, and so the neural network that's running on the GPU can infer and predict the pixels that we did not render. Not only can we do that, it's called DLSS, the latest generation of DLSS also generates beyond frames. It can predict the future, generating 3 additional frames for every frame that we calculate.
The fuck?
What you saw, if we just said 4 frames of what you saw, because we're going to render 1 frame and generate 3, if I said 4 frames at full HD, 4K, that's 33 million pixels or so. Out of that 33 million pixels, we computed only 2.
Million?
It is an absolute miracle. that we can computationally,
2 million.
computationally using programmable shaders,
Because
and
I was
our
gonna-
ray tracing engine, to compute 2 million pixels
Okay.
and have AI predict all of the other
Okay, yeah. Right.
33. And as a result, we're able to render at incredibly high performance because AI does a lot less computation. It takes, of course, an enormous amount of training to produce that, but once you train it, the generation is extremely efficient. So this is one of the incredible capabilities of artificial intelligence, and that's why there's so many amazing things that are happening. We used GeForce to enable artificial intelligence, and now artificial intelligence is revolutionizing GeForce.
Okay.
Everyone, today we're announcing our next generation,
Here it is.
the RTX Blackwell family. Let's take a look.
Okay, let's see it. What's that? What's this? Let me guess. It's a graphics card. I was right. I fucking knew it. See, I knew it. Yep. Wait, can it fly? Oh, never mind. 1 terabytes of memory bandwidth. Okay. Nice. Okay. It's probably a bigger number than the last
Here it
one.
is. Our brand new GeForce RTX 50 series Blackwell architecture. The GPU is just a beast. 92 billion transistors, 4,000 tops.
It is almost the size of a PlayStation 2.
4 petaflops of AI.
What?
3 times higher than the last generation Ada. And we need all of it to generate those pixels that I showed you. 380 ray tracing teraflops so that we could, for the pixels that we have to compute the most beautiful image you possibly can. And of course, 125
Well, a
shape.
petabyte or a petaflop is 1,000 terabytes, right? Or a teraflop? Like, that's like the next level? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I make sure. Because I knew people would be confused.
Teraflops, there's actually a concurrent shader teraflops as well as an integer unit of equal performance. So 2 dual shaders, one is for floating point, one is for integer. G7 memory from Micron, 1.8 terabytes per second, twice the performance of our last generation. And we now have the ability to intermix AI workloads with computer graphics workloads. And one of the amazing things about this generation is the programmable shader is also able to now process neural networks. So the shader is able to carry these neural networks, and as a result, we invented neural texture compression and neural material shading. As a result of that, you get these amazingly beautiful images that are only possible because we use AIs to learn the texture, learn the compression.
So you're not even really
algorithms,
seeing
and
it.
as a
You're
result,
seeing
get
what they think it
extraordinary
is.
results. Okay, so this is the brand new RTX Blackwell 5090.
That's the 50. So I need 3
Now-
of those.
Even the mechanical design is a miracle. Look at this. It's got 2 fans.
I'm going to be honest. It's not that big. I was expecting it to be even bigger. Like, if I'm looking down at my 4090, and I feel like I think it might even be smaller than the 4090. Yeah, it's not that big. You need this to play. Yeah, true. You need this to play Balatro.
Graphics
If you get
card
really
is just
high
one giant
multipliers.
fan. You know, so the question is, where's the graphics
So it
card?
can
It's
count the
literally
numbers
this
that
big.
high.
The voltage regulated design is state of the art. Incredible design. The engineering team did a great job. So here it is.
That looks like a graphics card. I would, if you asked me what is that, I would say it is indeed a graphics card.
Okay, so those are the speeds and feeds. So how does it compare? Well, this is
Let's see it.
RTX 4090. I know many of you have one.
I do. I have one.
I know it. Look, it's $1,599. It is one of the best investments you could possibly make.
Well, not anymore, right? Because you're doing a new one, and it's not going to be like, I don't.
For $1,599, you bring it home to your $10,000 PC entertainment command center. Isn't that right? Don't tell me that's not
actually, yeah. Yeah, that's actually right. Yeah, continue. True.
Don't be ashamed.
Yes.
It's liquid cooled.
Absolutely.
Fancy lights all over it. You lock it when you leave.
I actually don't.
It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense. And now for $1,500 and $1,599, you get to upgrade that and turbocharge the living daylights out of it. Well, now with the Blackwell family, RTX 5070.
Damn, so shit, you just wasted your fucking money. This now it's for it's $500? They knocked $1,000 off? Oh my god. Holy shit, the best investment, not anymore, huh?
3090 performance at $549.
That is a crazy price. Holy shit. Damn.
Impossible without artificial intelligence. Impossible without the 4 teraops of AI tensor cores.
Yeah.
Impossible without the G7 memories.
Christmas is ruined. Okay, so you got a 4090 for Christmas?
4090 performance.
You fucking idiot.
$549, and here's the whole family. Starting from 5070 all the way up to 5090.
So why they got it back? Why they got it backward? Why are you trying to do this shit backwards for? Like, everybody knows the expensive one is on the right and the cheap one's on the left. What are you trying to convince people? You're trying to get people to spend a $2,000. So it's only $2,000. And it's available starting, I think they said January 30th, right? So I got to buy this. Yeah. No, we going to buy this 100%. We're going to get, so I try and tell y'all like real quick. So this is what the plan is. Let me see if I can get the sheet up. Give me one minute. I gotta get all this pulled up. There's a lot of them. So we're going to have a setup here, and we're going to try with 3 PCs. I got to talk to some guys about this and make sure we got everything locked down. And so whenever these things are going to come out, scalpers, guys, I've got the hookup. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. So Intel, we're going to do one with an Intel NVIDIA. We're going to do another one with an AMD NVIDIA. And then we're going to do another one with AMD with Ryzen, right? With their new card, we're going to see which one's best. And we're missing Intel AMD. You should hook us all up too. I mean, if NVIDIA, I don't know. Like, I mean, if NVIDIA wanted to do a sponsorship or they wanted to work with me, I would promote their stuff if they wanted to give out cards to my viewers. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I'd almost do it for free. Sure. Yeah, but like, I don't know if they'd even do that. 70% off? Yeah, just like a massive deal. Like for the first like 50 people or like 100 people that use it. Yeah, that'd be nuts. Like, so if they're down for that, I'm down for that for sure. At Jensen, yeah, just guys go DM them. Like, give me like 50 of these. Yeah, they don't have to. Yeah, exactly. Might not need that much promotion. No, but I think it's always a gesture of goodwill. So maybe it'll happen. Either way, the price here, $2,000 for a 4090 or 5090, that's a lot. And so if the 5070 was the functionality of like, does this mean it's almost 3.5 times as powerful and fast as a 4090? Like, there's no way, right? I mean, like that's. No, yeah, I was about to say.
5090, twice the performance of a 4090.
Oh, wait. You just said.
starting from 5070 all the way up to 5090. 5090, twice the performance of a 4090. Starting, of course, we're producing at very large scale, availability starting January. Well, it is incredible, but we managed to put these in gigantic performance
Did it test as double the
GPUs
performance? Is that right?
into a laptop.
Well, the AI, so like the AI performance, I actually think that what really matters is the casual end user experience. And I think that with things like frame generation, I think frame generation absolutely is a crutch. And it's absolutely something that is augmenting less time spent on optimization. Like if you compare the optimization of something like Red Dead Redemption 2. This is like widely regarded as one of the best optimized games of all time, at least from what I've heard many times. And you compare that to, I don't know, what's a game that's not very well optimized? Dragon's Dogma 2, right? You compare it not on PC. Yeah, maybe not on PC. Starfield, right? Or something else. There's a huge difference. So if you're talking about like, I think that for people like that are like serious PC gamers, like the ones that he was memeing about with like the $10,000 setups, they're the ones that care about the difference between artificial frame gen and genuine like computing power and frame generation, like that's like organic to that native system. But I think that you're talking to like 5% of the audience, if not less. The reality is that an average person, and I even think that an adept, like a person who's built their own computer, might not even care about this. Like you're only really talking to like the pinnacle people that are like super investors, like for me, right? Because it's like my job. It's way less than 5%. Sure. Would it make a difference in competitive gaming? I'm sure it probably does. Yeah. They actually have some stuff about that later on. I saw a clip of it, so we're going to watch that too.
This is a 5070 laptop. For $1299, this 5070 laptop has a 4090 performance. I think there's one here somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Let me show you this. This is a, look at this thing. Here.
Oh, how do they like use how do they flatten it? Is it like a hydraulic thing or hydraulic press?
So many pockets.
It's a hammer?
Ladies and gentlemen, Janine Paul.
Oh, I thought that was a hammer. So
can you imagine? You got this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense?
Actually, no, it doesn't. I don't know how they can do that.
Well, you can't do that without artificial intelligence. And the reason for that is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need, and we generate using artificial intelligence all of the other pixels we have.
And extrapolates the ray tracing too?
The energy efficiency is just off the charts. The future of computer graphics is neural rendering, the fusion of artificial intelligence and computer graphics.
I think that he's right about that. And I feel like everybody knows this, right? I mean, how do you not come to this conclusion?
What's really amazing is, oh, here we go. Thank you. This is a surprisingly kinetic keynote. And what's really amazing is the family of GPUs we're going to put in here. And so the 5090 will fit into a laptop, a thin laptop. That last laptop was 14.9 millimeters. You got a 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, the RTX Blackwell family.
It's a 3K laptop? Yeah, no, I mean, like gaming laptops are really expensive. I think that they should be expensive because if you spend money on a gaming laptop, you deserve to lose money. You do. So, like, it's like that's what you get, right? It's like a punishment. It's what you deserve. So we've got an example. This is the DLSS 4. And of course, they've tried it with this, with what do you call it?
AI is changing everything about how we work and play.
This just came out.
Computer graphics is no exception. We've been reinventing computer graphics with artificial intelligence since the launch of RTX in 2018. DLSS is always learning. To improve the AI powering DLSS, we analyze image quality and fine-tune
Bro,
our
that's
training
true, bro. He got his grandma's wallpaper. He said, just do it up.
datasets and algorithms. Then we retrain the model to make it smarter,
do me up.
faster, and easier to integrate. DLSS is the best way to play. Today, we are
Am I
introducing
wrong?
the biggest advancements to DLSS since 2020, including new multi-frame generation for RTX 50 series GPUs,
Okay.
enhanced frame generation for RTX 40 and 50 series users with faster performance and lower memory usage,
All right.
and a new model powering ray reconstruction, super resolution, and deep learning anti-aliasing that enhances image quality and stability for all GeForce RTX users.
I think this is probably about the confusion and the complaining about how there's those weird, there's the frame ghosting, you know? Multiplies performance by generating multiple frames. Yeah, sure.
Alongside
It's
the
like the 3 to 1
RTX
thing.
40 series in 2022, we launched frame generation,
20 series
where
still
an AI
relevant?
network used
Yeah.
an optical flow field along with motion vectors from game geometry to generate a single frame between every pair of traditionally rendered frames.
It's actually kind of crazy. My PC here, my streaming PC, I actually only have a 1080 Ti in it. I never replaced it. I've had the same one the whole time. And I was running games on it until maybe a year ago.
The Blackwell
Still
architecture
works.
is built for
Hey.
neural rendering, and that unlocks new AI capabilities for DLSS.
Mm-hmm.
We can now generate multiple frames per traditionally rendered frame.
Cyberpunk
To make this
too.
possible, our research team developed a new AI model that generates the optical flow field more efficiently and more accurately in order to generate multiple frames. Multi-frame generation requires consistent and precise frame pacing. DLSS 3 frame pacing had variability because of how different game engines divided workloads between the CPU and GPU. With the Blackwell architecture, the display engine was improved to leverage flip metering when generating multiple frames, ensuring that the GPU delivers consistent and optimal frame pacing. Additionally, 5th generation tensor cores on RTX 50 series GPUs have the computational horsepower necessary to quickly execute the series of AI models. These software and hardware innovations enable DLSS 4 on RTX 50 series GPUs to generate up to 3 additional frames between traditionally rendered frames.
That's nuts.
This brings revolutionary performance
Wait,
versus
but I don't understand that. So if it's 3x, then how does it go from 27? 27 times 3 is what, 81? That's not 240. How do you get there?
traditional native rendering.
Oh,
Most frame generation games available today
Okay.
can easily be updated to enable multi-frame generation with the NVIDIA app. In the NVIDIA app driver settings menu, open the DLSS override and select your desired output mode in the frame generation drop-down menu.
okay.
When RTX 50 series graphics cards hit store shelves, multi-frame
So
generation
you can take a game that's at... Wait a minute. You can take a game that's at 27 FPS and take it all the way up to 230?
native rendering.
That's fucking insane.
Be supported in
Holy
more than
shit.
75 games and apps.
Fake
In addition
frames?
to multi-frame generation,
Well,
our team
but
has
if it's fake frames and it looks like what's the difference for an average person?
also been hard at work developing foundational improvements for our existing DLSS technologies.
Input lag? Yeah, I wonder. I wonder how it would feel.
Today, we're introducing an enhanced single-frame generation model for RTX 40 and 50 series GPUs, which, like the multi-frame generation technique for Blackwell, uses 2 AI models, one for optical flow and another for frame generation. The result is increased performance and lower VRAM usage, as you can see here.
Great. That's not like a
DLSS 4
huge
also
difference, but
introduces
still.
a more powerful transformer-based model for super resolution ray reconstruction and DLAA,
Yeah.
using 4x more tensor core processing power to reconstruct images at even better image quality for all RTX owners. Previously, all these technologies used a convolutional neural network model, also known as CNN. CNNs were the dominant architecture
that-
for
and,
image-related
what-
applications
for
during the
news.
early years of deep learning development. A CNN processes pixel information through local operations, spatially around a small number of neighboring pixels, and temporally across multiple frames. Now we're introducing a new transformer-based architecture for the first time.
Okay.
The transformer architecture is driving the scaling laws of artificial intelligence, and it's what powers the recent advancement in AI applications. Compared to the CNN models, transformers use self-attention and can much more easily identify the longer range patterns across a much larger pixel window. Transformers scale much more effectively than CNNs, so our transformer models ingest over 2 times more parameters and requires 4 times more compute during inference. In fact, DLSS 4 on RTX GPUs is the first time transformer models generates sequential images at a high real-time frame rate. Blackwell's tensor cores provides additional hardware acceleration that boosts the inference speed of these transformer models even
So
further.
basically what they're doing is they're adding in like this super high-end like maximum DLSS frame gen to keep like their later versions, like the 2000 and the 3000 series, kind of like on life support for the people that can't afford to upgrade. Is that basically what's going on? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. That's actually really cool. Yeah, I think that's awesome that they're adding that.
When using DLSS super resolution, the end product of the transformer model is more temporally stable with more image detail in motion.
Shit.
In intensive ray trace content, the transformer model for ray reconstruction gets an even bigger uplift in general quality.
Yeah, that was
especially
better.
for scenes with challenging lighting. All the common artifacts from typical denoisers are significantly reduced. With the NVIDIA app, GeForce RTX users can optionally update their DLSS games with the transformer model of ray.
Yeah, I think this is a lot of the this is clearly a response to a lot of the feedback of like basically all of the weaknesses of DLSS. Yeah, it's still flashing. Yeah, but it's flashing less. Like it's very clearly flashing less, and that's the reason.
Construction,
like they're going to,
or DLAA.
Like we all know eventually they're going to fix it, right? It's not going to do this, or it's going to do it so minimally it won't even really matter. Like, I mean, I feel like people always like to look at like the way that tech is and be like, okay, well, it's bad. Well, yeah, of course it's bad right now. It's going to get better, and when it does, then, well, there it is.
In addition to games, DLSS 4 is coming to multiple creative apps, including Unreal Engine 5, V5 Render, and Chaos Vantage. DLSS significantly enhances the real-time viewport experience, multiplying the frame rate in V5 Render, enabling designers to better iterate and collaborate on their work.
God damn.
Neo-rendering is creating increasingly more on-screen content.
Crazy? Yeah, that's incredible.
And these generated pixels are higher quality than what's output by traditional native rendering. With super resolution or ray reconstruction alone, 3 out of every 4 pixels are generated with AI. When adding frame generation, 7 out of 8 pixels are generated by AI. Finally, with the DLSS 4 multi-frame generation, 15 out of every 16 pixels are generated by AI.
So everybody memeing around about how like, oh, AI games are going to be bad. We're all playing AI games already. Holy shit. It's a fix for lazy game devs? Yeah, I guess to an extent, sure.
With the RTX 50 series and DLSS 4, we've introduced a new generation of neural graphics. So games are more beautiful, run faster, and are more responsive.
Yeah.
The AI-powered future is here, and DLSS 4 is the best way to play.
I'm going to be real. I think this is fucking incredible. This is amazing. Oh my god. Let's see. So there's apparently more of this, obviously. No surprise. There's going to be a lot more of this. Let me see if I can find the rest of it. So NVIDIA Ace DLSS comparison trailer. Okay, so you have... This is with Dune Awakening. This is the new MMO that's coming out. $75 FPS to 300. Jesus Christ. I call shenanigans? Well, you don't need to call shenanigans. They could rename DLSS to Shenanigans and it would be accurate. It is Shenanigans. That's exactly what's going on. Yes. And yeah, of course we're going to play that. It's not even a question. Okay, well, what about this? We'll look at this. We'll look at Black Myth Wukong as well. Let's see. What else is there? This looks cool, so we're going to watch it. And generative AI editing. What the fuck? And this is the tech demo. Did I see this? I'm going to make sure that I did. Okay, we've got all of them now. So this is the this is Korean Sims, okay?
Crafton, in partnership with NVIDIA,
check out the Linus video.
Smart Zoe, the world's first co-playable character built with NVIDIA Ace. Smart Zoe redefines traditional non-playable characters by transforming them into truly co-playable characters. A Smart Zoe with a considerate personality notices a hungry man. Instead of walking past him, she visits a local bakery to buy him a sandwich, addressing his immediate need. In another scenario, Smart Zoe encounters a lost woman. Again guided by her considerate nature, she calmly and effectively helps the woman find her destination.
No, it's not realistic, because if this was realistic, the homeless person, when they were brought food, they would have stabbed the person that was bringing them the food and killed them. So yeah, because this is clearly supposed to be like California or something, right? And then, of course, they would have not gone to jail. It's only the third time they've done this. Putting them in jail would be racist.
While passing by a street performer boldly
just the way it
showcasing
is.
his choreography, Smart Zoe's appreciative personality shines through as she energetically cheers for him, hoping to draw more spectators to his performance.
I'm probably going to play this, by the way.
At the end of each day, the Smart Zoe analyzes the experiences gained, which influence their behavior the next day, gradually.
So NPCs are becoming people, and at the same time, people are becoming NPCs. That's interesting. Wow.
Shaping a truly unique and personalized character. With the new Thought system, players can also gain insight into what the Smart Zoe was silently thinking as they performed each of these actions.
So they have sentience? Well, not really, but, you know, programmed sentience? It's a simulation inside of a simulation? Wow.
A collection of these unique Smart Zoes guarantees a city that is vibrantly diverse, fostering unpredictable social interactions that create a rich and dynamic story-driven simulation.
If I could play this game, I would want to program a city where there are a bunch of like really stupid laws. And so like you can only stab people if you're using like a blue knife, but if you're using a red knife, the police shoot you on sight. And like, for example, you can steal things, but you can only steal bakery goods. And so you have all these people with like blue knives trying to break into a bakery and like stabbing all the people in the bakery and running out of there with a bunch of cakes. Like, I feel like this would be a really, really good idea. And then just kind of like let things play out. That is insane. Why own a red knife? I don't know. I mean, well, you own a red knife if you want to go to jail. So this is for Black Myth Wukong. Okay. I mean, if you can still dodge, that's really good. Yeah, this looks great. shit. Wow. Only 240 FPS? Yeah, something like that, right? Ooh, got his ass. This guy was such a cocksucker. Yeah, I mean, it's a 30 FPS video. Yeah, that's nuts. Like, okay, here's another one. Black State? I don't even know what game this is. Look at that. Bad Flames? I don't even know what game this is at all. This looks like kind of okay. It doesn't look great, it looks okay. I mean, I wouldn't say this is like, the graphics aren't bad, right? It's a gacha game? Well, I don't know about that. Field of view is horrible. Yeah, I don't know why so many games mess that up. Okay, so we have, and this is also the generative AI image stuff. So this is probably like, this is the stuff from the actual cards that's a big deal. Looks like another UI5 slop. I feel like there's a lot of games that come out that are UE5 and they're not slop though. Like, let's be real. It's just a lot of games that are UE5 in general. I'll be right back. So this is more about the actual tech of the new cards. Generative AI image editing.
The blueprints that we develop that are going to be up in ai.nvidia.com, so long as the computer fits it.
Reflex 2.0.
So
Remind me about that after this.
That model, and we're going to have many models that fit, whether it's vision models or language models or speech models or these animation, digital human models. All kinds of different types of models are going to be perfect for your PC, and you download it and it should just run. And so
imagine
our focus
that
is to turn Windows WSL2, Windows PC, into a target first-class platform that we will support and maintain for as long as we shall live. And so this is an incredible thing for engineers and developers everywhere.
Okay.
Let me show you something that we can do
Let's
with
see
that.
it.
This is one of the examples of a blueprint we just made for you.
Generative AI synthesizes amazing images from simple text prompts.
Let's get to, where's the anime girls?
Yet image composition can be challenging to control using only words. With NVIDIA NIM microservices, creators can use simple 3D objects to guide AI image generation. Let's see how a concept artist can use this technology to develop the look of a scene.
Okay.
They start by laying out 3D assets created by hand or generated with AI. Then use an image generation NIM, such as Flux, to create a visual that adheres to the 3D scene. Add or move objects to refine the composition. Change
really
camera
good.
angles to frame the perfect shot.
Holy shit.
Or reimagine the whole scene with a new prompt.
Damn.
Assisted by generative AI and NVIDIA NIM, an artist can quickly realize their vision.
Wow.
NVIDIA AI for your PCs.
Bro, like, imagine being a graphic artist right now. I would probably have I'd have a headache right now.
Of millions of PCs in the world with Windows.
I just have a headache.
So we could get them ready for
Twitter's happy
AI.
about this? Are they?
OEMs, all the PC
I bet
OEMs
they are.
we work with, just basically all of the world's leading PC OEMs, are going to get their PCs ready for this stack. And so AI PCs are coming to a home near you. Linux is good.
There's just some what about Linux? Just some one random guy, man. Okay, so this is the tech demo of the 50 series. I don't know if I've seen this or not.
GeForce, in a lot of ways.
In fact, I have seen this. We're just gonna skip it. We've already gone through it before. Okay, so NVIDIA Reflex, right? 2.0, I think that's what it's called. Okay. So, frame warping. Okay. Does this mean I can see around the corner? Got him. Got his
NVIDIA
ass.
spent over 5 years studying input lag and responsiveness, which is how quickly a game displays the reaction to a player's inputs.
It's also the reason why I lose every game.
A few milliseconds can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Yep. That's why I lose.
Higher latency can hurt performance through missed hit registration, inconsistent aiming, and disadvantages when holding an angle.
Yep.
In 2020, we launched NVIDIA Reflex, which tightly synchronizes the CPU and the GPU to reduce latency by an average of 50% in top competitive titles.
That's a lot.
Today, we're announcing a breakthrough in our latency research with the introduction of Reflex 2 with Frame Warp.
Okay, what does it do?
Over 5 years ago, our esports research team published a study illustrating how players aim better and complete tasks faster when rendered frames are updated based on more recent input. For example, when a player aims to the right, it takes some time for that action and the new camera perspective to be displayed.
Yeah.
What if instead, an existing frame's camera could be shifted or warped to the right to show the results much sooner? Frame warp reduces your camera latency through this
So
concept.
isn't this like almost like mouse acceleration? Like, am I crazy? No?
Which has
Okay.
gone from research to reality. Let's
frame
dive into
anticipation?
exactly how
Okay.
frame warp works.
Yeah,
As a frame
I
is
don't
being
understand.
rendered
Okay.
by the GPU, the CPU is calculating the camera position of the next frame in the pipeline, based on the latest mouse input. Frame warp samples the new camera position from the CPU and warps the frame being rendered by the GPU to use this new camera position. The warp is conducted as late as possible, just before the rendered frame is sent to the display, ensuring the most recent mouse input is reflected on screen. In the end, players see the rendered frame, but with an updated camera perspective, reducing latency and improving your ability to aim, track, and hit more shots.
Finally, this is what's been holding me back. This is it, right here. See, I always knew it wasn't my fault, but now this explains it. Yep.
Depending on the frame
This is
rate,
it.
this process can be
I knew
happening
it.
hundreds of times per second, constantly delivering the freshest camera perspective.
Uh-huh.
Gamers are going to feel truly connected to their mouse movements, whether it's tracking a moving target or quickly
Wait,
flicking
2 ms, 3 ms?
to aim at an unexpected foe.
Damn.
To warp
I'm
to
gonna
the
be
most
real. Like, let me just go back.
target or quickly flicking to aim at an unexpected foe.
Damn. Like, yeah, that is really. I want to see if I can see every frame. Is there anything that's like weird here? Yeah, yep, that's right. This is what's been holding me back, man. Fuck, I knew it.
Foe.
Oh, I
To
knew
warp
it.
to the most recent camera position,
Yep.
frame warp shifts many of the game's pixels, which can create small holes in some regions of the image, especially when mouse movements are intense.
Truly, I'll get better because
However,
of this. I will.
NVIDIA has developed a latency-optimized predictive rendering algorithm, which uses camera, color, and depth data from prior frames to in-paint these holes accurately.
Yeah.
For example, here's the finals with frame warp and no in-painting. And here's what it looks like with in-painting.
What the?
The result is a frame which shows the freshest camera position seamlessly inserted into the rendering pipeline. Using this cutting-edge warp process, frame warp reduces latency by around an entire frame time, which amounts to...
So. Damn, that's actually a big difference. So it's basically as big of a difference from not having it at all, and it's like that again. Holy shit, that's a big difference. Wow.
nearly
That's
another
nuts.
50% of latency savings on top of reflex low
Jesus.
latency mode, for a total reduction of 75% from native. Players will experience improved target acquisition,
Yeah.
faster reaction times, and tighter aim precision. Let's see it in-game.
Okay,
In
let's see the game.
finals, without reflex, players can see a moderate amount of PC
64.
latency.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Turning on reflex low latency mode reduces latency significantly. Activating reflex frame warp reduces input lag by another 50%.
God damn.
For a total reduction of 75% from native.
This is
making it easier to track targets in motion,
Yep.
land flick shots, secure eliminations, and the win. And unlike
Yep.
reflex low latency mode, reflex frame warp provides significant latency savings even in CPU bottleneck scenarios. Here, we have Reflex 2 enabled in Valorant, a CPU-limited game that runs blazingly fast. Frame rates are not only insanely fast, but PC latency now reaches below 2
They
milliseconds.
need to have it to where like the next set, this is what they need to do. I think like, so if they could get like the next set of cards to where basically what happens is that instead of just generating the frame, can it also generate the crosshair on the place of the enemy? So like it just generates where you're not like, because now it generates where you want to be, but like, can they have it to where it generate where you're supposed to be? Because I feel like that's the next step, right? That'd be smart.
This is the lowest latency figure we've ever seen.
It's predictive. Yeah, it'll like tell you like it'll go immediately to their head.
Top competitive games like Valorant and the finals, with more to be announced in the future. Reflex Frame Warp is coming soon for all GeForce RTX gamers and will be available first on RTX 50 series GPUs.
That's fucking wild, man. That is crazy.